Chapter 9, The Candy Maze of Kindness. Holly and Jack traded a look, the urgency in Marsh's tone driving them onward. They hurried out of the library, the sugary bookshelf gleaming like a frozen memorial behind them. The streets of Merry Hollow hummed with an unusual energy, the typical cheer supplanted by a subtle tension. They trailed Marsh to his new confectionery, a fantastical world of enchanted sweets that appeared to sparkle and sway in the window display. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of sugar and spice, a symphony of sweet aromas that made Holly's heart flutter with delight and nostalgia. The walls were lined with shelves of gleaming jars, each filled with candies that pulsed with magic, casting kaleidoscopic reflections on the polished floor. The atmosphere buzzed with a magical energy that seemed to dance on the tip of Holly's tongue, invigorating her senses and sparking a sense of wonder within her. Marsh led them through a beaded curtain made of strings of candy canes that clinked together like wind chimes, their peppermint scent filling the air and adding a refreshing note to the already enchanting atmosphere. "Welcome to the maze," Marsh said, his voice echoing in the vast chamber that stretched out before them. The floor was a labyrinth of candy paths, the walls made of towering stacks of sweets that shimmered under the enchanted lights. The sight was a feast for the eyes, a whimsical landscape of confections that seemed to defy gravity. Gumdrops glistened like dewdrops, while licorice ropes twisted and turned like vines in an enchanted forest. As they watched, the paths shifted, the walls of candy bars and lollipops sliding and rearranging like a giant, colorful puzzle, as if moved by an invisible hand. The maze seemed to breathe with a life of its own, responding to an unseen force that governed its movements, each change more mesmerizing than the last. "The maze is tied to the town's magical ley lines," Marsh explained, his eyes scanning the ever-changing paths with a mix of awe and concern. "It responds to the spirit of Merry Hollow, and right now, it's as chaotic as the town itself. The stronger the emotions, the more unpredictable the maze becomes. It's a reflection of our collective state of mind, a mirror of our hopes, fears, and dreams. When the town is at peace, the maze is a harmonious dance of sweet treats. But when turmoil stirs, so does the labyrinth." Holly stepped forward, her eyes narrowing as she studied the maze, her fingers sparking with a hint of her baking magic. The air crackled softly around her, responding to her innate power, as if the very essence of the maze recognized her presence. "We need to find the kindness fragment. Any ideas where to start?" she asked, her voice steady despite the daunting task ahead, her resolve unwavering. Marsh nodded, his expression serious yet hopeful. "The maze will test you. It'll challenge your kindness, your teamwork, your resolve. Only by working together and embodying the spirit of Merry Hollow can you find what you seek. Remember, the maze isn't just a puzzle, it's a mirror of our hearts and minds, a test of our character and unity. It will push you to your limits, but if you stay true to yourselves and each other, it will guide you to your goal." Jack squared his shoulders, determination etched on his face as he summoned a cool breeze of his ice magic, ready for whatever lay ahead. The air around him shimmered with frost, a tangible manifestation of his resolve, his eyes reflecting the enchanted lights of the maze. "Let's do this," he said, his voice firm and resolute, his gaze meeting Holly's in a silent pact of support and partnership. They ventured into the maze, the paths shifting beneath their feet, each step a dance with the unpredictable magic. At each turn, they faced challenges that tested their patience, kindness, and unity. A wall of chocolate bars blocked their path, melting under a heat lamp, threatening to turn into a gooey, impassable mess. Holly quickly conjured a blast of cool air, freezing the chocolate into a stable bridge, her magic shimmering like frost, her hands moving with practiced ease. Jack offered his hand, helping her across the slippery surface, their bond strengthening with each shared challenge. Their eyes met briefly, a silent acknowledgement of their growing trust and partnership, a moment of connection amidst the chaos. In another section, they encountered a group of crying gumdrops, their tiny, gelatinous faces contorted in sorrow, their colors muted and dull. Jack knelt down, his voice gentle as he comforted them, promising to find a way to restore the town's magic and bring back their vibrant hues. The gumdrops cheered up, rolling aside to reveal a hidden path, their tiny voices singing in gratitude, their colors beginning to brighten with renewed hope. The air seemed to lighten around them, the magic of the maze responding to their acts of kindness, as if the very heart of the labyrinth was acknowledging their good deeds. Finally, they turned a corner and found a heart-shaped lollipop glowing with a soft, warm light, pulsating with an inviting magic. Holly reached out, her fingers wrapping around the candy, its surface smooth and cool to the touch. As she pulled it from the wall, the maze shuddered gently, the path settling into a stable pattern, as if the heart of the labyrinth had found its rhythm, its chaos soothed by their presence. The kindness fragment pulsed within the lollipop, its magic resonating with Holly's touch, harmonizing with her own powers. She could feel its energy coursing through her, a gentle warmth that filled her with a renewed sense of purpose, a beacon of hope amidst the uncertainty. The air around them seemed to hum with a newfound harmony, the magic of the maze responding to the union of Holly's empathy and the lollipop's enchantment, creating a sense of calm and resolve that bolstered their spirits for the challenges ahead. As they turned to leave, Holly paused, her gaze sweeping over the now tranquil maze. The air was filled with a sense of calm, yet something felt off, a sense of unease prickling at the back of her mind like a forgotten melody, a discordant note amidst the symphony of sweet aromas that permeated the shop. She looked at Marsh, her eyes narrowing as her intuition stirred, her senses heightened by the magic that surrounded them. The sweet shop seemed to hold more secrets than it let on, and she was determined to uncover them, to delve beneath the sugary surface and find the truth hidden within. "Marsh, is there something more to this shop? Something hidden beneath the sweet surface, a secret that the maze is trying to reveal?" she asked, her voice laced with a mix of curiosity and concern. Her mind was already racing with possibilities, her empathy resonating with the undercurrent of mystery that seemed to linger in the air. "I can't shake the feeling that there's more to this place than meets the eye, and I'm not leaving until I understand what that is." Before Marsh could respond, a gust of icy wind blew through the shop, the beaded curtain rattling like bones. The temperature plummeted, frost creeping across the candy displays. Outside, a magical blizzard swept through the streets, the snow swirling in intricate patterns, led by a figure cloaked in ice and frost. Evergreen Frost had arrived, his eyes burning with a cold intensity as he surveyed the chaotic town. His eyes finally rested on the candy store, where his brother stood prepared to confront whatever tempest might arrive.